welcome back. Thanks for still being with us right here on Bernama. Today we're coming to you live, and in the studio with me is my guest for today from GRADUAN Aspire is Mr. Nabil Murray, Business Development Director of GRADUAN. Hello Nabil,
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you feeling today?
Very good.
Yep. Thanks for taking out some time to be with us on the show to really highlight exactly what is happening. There is a career fair that's coming up, and so we will be talking about that as well. But for now, do tell us, what is GRADUAN Aspire? What do you do?
What I do is GRADUAN is actually a career and employment guide for fresh graduates. We've been around for 21 years. It started with publications. It's a career guidance for fresh graduates, and these are the ones.
The booklets.
Yeah,
okay,
we print this and we give out free to all the graduates, Malaysian graduates, whether they're studying here or overseas, like UK, US, Australia, Singapore, anywhere Malaysians are studying, we give these books as a guidance for them.
Okay, so what is it helping them with? Is it choice of careers?
Choice of careers, how they even write the resumes, how to prepare themselves for interview, anything that's related to personal development when it comes to careers.
And so this is also for those who have just graduated, entering the workforce, but also for those who are about to graduate, so students as well.
Yes, it gives out to the final year students.
Okay.
Yeah.
And having had this magazine, how do you feel that is impacted what we like to call our Gen Y now? Because this seems to be a guide for them. Otherwise, there is not much, perhaps not so much formal guidance for them to go for a go-to place, right? And GRADUAN is doing just that.
Yeah, I mean, we have the magazines and then we have the website to support it, but there's nothing better than an on-ground activity. That's why I'm here today to talk about GRADUAN Aspire. We've done career fairs and career and postgraduate fair before, like in London and in Melbourne and Sydney, but now we're doing it in KL. We did it for 4 years, and this is the 5th one, and it's bigger than ever. So GRADUAN Aspire is about the Malaysia's premier career and postgraduate fair.
Okay.
I mean, as in premier, as in most of the top companies and universities is going to be there, like Maybank, UEM Group, Celcom Axiata, and even Khazanah. You don't see Khazanas at career fairs, maybe overseas, but you're seeing them in GRADUAN Aspire.
So the best in Malaysia is looking for the
best talents.
Yes.
When you have good companies, you bring in the good talents.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so the fair will help those who are seeking, a career, a job with this particular, I would call them mentors, because an array of fantastic multinational companies as well as GLCs locally are looking for talent. So they can apply for jobs, they can have discussions one-on-one. What else happens at the career fair?
Other than the companies, there's also the postgraduate department. I mean, the postgraduate side, because not everybody wants to find another job. Some of them wants to further their studies and do their MBA. There's another section on universities also. But the difference between GRADUAN Aspire Fair and among all the other fairs is the elements that we have. We have Aspire 500 conference, we have the Aspire Plus, and we even do a little survey, and we call it the GRADUAN Brand Award Survey.
Okay.
So it's just many elements. There's something for everyone to go there.
Through your observation, before we get into the other events that will be happening in accordance to the career fair, where do you think graduates are these days? I mean, I'm sure you get this asked a lot. There's so much of talk about in the papers. Oh, graduates are not getting enough job. They're not enough qualified. But as the voice of the young graduates or the students about to graduate, how is it from your perspective?
From my perspective, I mean, it's very competitive, and all the companies want to get the best talents. But in order to do that, you have to give them all the information they need. When there is something like GRADUAN Aspire, the companies are there, and not just the companies. GRADUAN Aspire, you get the top management coming down to the fair, and then with the top management, you attract the top talents, and the top talents it's not just people going there to look for a job. We want them to ask questions and network with the companies. So maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, in the future,
getting noticed, the exposure,
exchanging name cards,
networking.
Yeah, that's the whole point of GRADUAN. It's not a job fair; it's a career fair.
Career fair. So I think that puts things very clearly for those. I think it doesn't just limit those who want to look for your next step of advancement, but just to go and network and meet and see where you could direct your career. Now this is all happening, the career fair, career and postgraduate fair, on the 9th and 10th of May.
Yes.
From 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre.
Yes.
And so Malaysia's premier or creme de la creme will be there. It's open to everyone, parents alike, and for those who want to even perhaps pursue a postgraduate degree. But from that, we move into something called the corporate luncheon, which is really interesting, and it's going to happen during this fair as well, right?
Yeah. So we call it Aspire Plus Corporate Luncheon. We did this before. I mean, we did it overseas, but now we're doing it in KL because, companies are always asking me, where are this group of people, those who have at least 3 years of working experience? They're not fresh, they have a bit of working experience, but they want to go for the next step. Usually, it's hard to find them. You find them maybe on job portals, or they go through recruitment agencies or headhunters, but it's very hard to find them. So
because kind of spread out,
right? But if we do a fair, most of the people that come in there, fresh graduates and everything, but this group of people is the hardest to find. They're not the highest, but they're in the middle. So what we do is, because of so many years in the industry, GRADUAN has so much of database, so we send it out to them and we invite this group of people to come to GRADUAN Aspire. You have to go to the website, graduan.com/aspire.
Okay.
On there, there's a tab, Aspire Plus. So you have to click on it and upload your resume.
Okay.
Because it's invite only.
Okay.
It's invite only because there are about 20 to 30 CEOs coming to the event. That's where they get to network there.
So 20 to 30 CEOs will divide them into sessions, and they will have a sort of a one-on-one to really for them to ask questions, and for this particular CEO or mentor to share views and advice.
So but only 200 gets to be chosen.
Okay.
So that's why it's very important that you have to go to the website, graduan.com/aspire, upload your resume.
And if you're selected, then
yes, because we're going to have HR personnel, practitioners, to go through each and every one of the resumes and pick the best of them.
Wow. Okay, so
you're meeting
right.
CEOs,
You're definitely meeting CEOs, and you want people who are serious, who really want to, who've had solid experience but want to take it up to the next level. And I think that's so great, because a lot of times, like you say, they get lost in that pool, and then they end up maybe changing jobs or doing something out of the norm. And while that's also great, but you do not have a corporate mentor, someone in the business to really lead you, right?
Yeah, I mean, how often do you get to see the CEO if you're working in a big bank or so? But in this is a chance that you get to meet them, ask anything that you want. You have 3 hours, from 12 to 3 hours with a CEO. I think that's valuable.
Okay, great. So make sure you go check out the website, www.graduan.com/aspire. That's an Aspire Plus
tab.
Tab there, you would click that. And then we come down to the Aspire 500 conference. So tell us more about this one.
Okay. See, Aspire Plus is for those who have a little bit of experience, 3-4 years and above. But Aspire 500 is more for the students that's still in the universities. We call it 500 because there's the 500 graduates or students that's chosen by the university themselves to go to this event.
Okay.
So I go to UM or Taylor's or any other universities and say, can you bring maybe 10 to 20 of your top students? So they will bring over, they go to this conference, and in this conference there's another 5 CEOs that's going to talk to them in a panel discussion. Maybe things that like how did they start their career and how did they end up to where they are. It's just to inspire the young to, if I can be a CEO, I'm sure you also can be. If not, you can start your own company and be your own CEO.
Which is the way I think many are going right now. But of course, you can't argue that some amount of corporate experience, and this is a very corporate affair, so some amount of corporate experience is very necessary to break into the industry, to get into the line of work that you are interested in. So okay, this is the first year that you're basically organizing the Aspire Plus, and I think that's really interesting because there's a big pool. We always talk about the young graduates, but there's a big pool as well of those who want to extend and carve their future. So few things happening over the May 9th and 10th weekend, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yes.
And it's at the Kuala Lumpur Convention Centre, and you can go check it out. You can actually pre-register if you like, especially if you want to qualify for the Aspire Plus. The website is www.graduan.com/aspire. Nabil,
Yeah.
quickly, what we'd like to say to all our audience watching today with regards to the fair?
I would want all of them to go to the website.
Okay.
graduan.com/aspire. Go to the website, look at which companies are coming. Because you see which companies are coming, then you do your research, target them, and maybe read up on these companies. But of course, upload your resume. When you upload your resume, it's a higher chance of you getting hired. Because they know so many people at the fair, how they're gonna look for you. But they can always go back to the pool of resumes, and they can always pick up and they call you up. But when you go to the website, read up the companies, but still come to the fair. When you go to the fair, prepare yourself, dress well, and make the best impression. It's all about making impressions in interviews anyway.
Yes.
And then later you get the job, you get the interview, and then you work from there.
With a dash of luck.
Yeah, but yeah, just do your research, go to the website, upload your resume, and then come to the fair and just impress.
That's right. And what about those who are saying, oh, you know, I don't think I'm qualified enough, I don't think I'm brave enough, thousands of people there, how will I ever get noticed, or how will I get picked?
That's why you have to go down.
Exactly.
Because if you like go down to the job portal, there's so many resumes, but they don't know who you are. Maybe your results are not great, but if you go down and meet the HR people or meet the CEOs and impress, talk to them, you might score an interview. Because results aside, or if they like your personality and they like your guts, they might give you a chance for an interview.
Because it's not just what is on paper and black and white. It's also about, like you said, your personality, how you speaking to them, you know, what kind of person you are, and you might be the exact kind of person that they're looking for. A face to face, very different.
Yes, it's face to face. It solves everything, you know. Yeah.
Okay, so once again, the Career and Postgraduate Fair is happening on the 9th and 10th of May, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Like we've said many times, the website is www.graduan.com/aspire if you're wanting to go for the Aspire Plus. If not, just check out the website. Nabil, that's all the time we have today.
Okay,
thank you so much for coming on the show. And you can always pick up these books, right, as a guide?
Yes, you'll be at the fair.
Okay.
And we go down to all the universities.
Okay, this book is like a bit of a, you know, it's like a bit of a holy book. It's got all whatever you need to get you embarked on a successful career. Well, take a chance and make sure you go check out this fair happening next one. And in the meantime, it is the long weekend ahead, so have a fantastic and wonderful time with friends, family, rest and relax. So that's it from us today. Take care. Bye-bye.